What's up, movie Jewish Schmoedown fans? It's me again. I'm back. Yes, I finally got caught up with all the matches from last week that I missed. Sorry, the previous week that I missed. Then I watched the free-for-all, and now it's a brand new week, so I figured I'd get ahead of myself and watch all the matches back to back to back from the most recent week that I haven't watched yet because I wanted to watch the free-for-all first before they start getting piled up, and I have way too many matches to watch. So yeah, I'm gonna watch the Inner Geek match today and the two teams matches right after that, and tomorrow I will watch the pay-per-view that that just happened over the weekend. Update. Obviously, I will upload it as soon as it becomes available for everyone to watch. But yeah, today's match is Robert Parker versus Brandon Hanna. Now, I'm going to be honest, I'm not the biggest fan of Brandon Hanna, especially after last season. He's sort of starting to win me over this season, but I wouldn't go so far as to say that I'm a fan of his necessarily. But yeah, as you can see, I'm wearing the Dungeon hoodie, which means I'm supporting Robert Parker today because, honestly, like I said, I'm not that big of a fan of Brandon Hanna, and also I don't have the Stars hoodie yet. I ordered all of the hoodies. It's just most of them haven't really arrived yet. All I have is Swag, the Mercs, and the Dungeon, and then I ordered the other 5 separately, which they should be arriving any day now. But yeah, I'm going to be wearing this for today's match, and yeah, let's watch. Now, as far as predictions go, I mean, I gotta give it to Robert Parker. I mean, I think he's the better IG competitor, even though, as we've seen in Brandon Hanna's last match, he's getting better, slightly getting better, but I'm not ready to give him the win just yet. I think I still give it to Robert Parker over Brandon Hanna. Also because I'm much bigger of a fan of Parker over Hanna. So yeah, I've bored you guys long enough with the details. As you can see, I will also be participating. That's why I have my green marker today. And yeah, let's get on with the match. Here we go. Oh. The Grace.
Who do I hate the most today?
The Graceident.
Is it
Grace
Kate?
President.
Oh, I just feel so bad for her. Sweet thing. Is it Kaiser?
She really...
God, that poor dope.
I mean, it's a great
Shannon.
story plot that
I hate Shannon.
made her the main
Really don't
bad
wanna talk
guy
to her
because
today, though. Gross.
she over her Schmoedown Presence career,
Duh.
she burned so many bridges
Christian.
and found a way to piss off everybody. So
hello.
I love this.
Hey, how are
part of
you?
it.
Good. So I hear you want to talk to me again.
Yes, I remembered. I've been hearing some grumblings. Apparently, you've been trying to reach out to Robert and DA, but the funny thing is, I'm actually your next chain in command. So any problems you have, you need to bring to me. So what's up?
Oh, that's a hoot. Okay, so let's just call this what it is. This is I'm letting you know this because I told you this when this whole sham came about, Grace. This thing that you're doing, it ain't gonna last. I just want to let you know.
No, it
that.
ain't.
What thing?
It's a means to an end.
So you're gonna try to tell me. I want to see what kind of answer I get here from this one because you're gonna tell me that slate that you came up with, that slate of matches that everyone loved oh so much, those weren't my matches that you got from my computer?
Oh my God. Christian, you are such a sore loser. Just accept it. I'm killing it. Look, okay, here, I'm
not hearing no.
Me neither.
Okay, you did JDE versus Goddard.
Yes.
Trash. I did Goddard versus JDE. Do you see how it's totally different? So I'm just going to need you to come to terms with this. I'm so sorry that people are loving me and loving everything that I'm doing, but you got to get on board and you got to get over it, honey. Okay.
So you're definitely playing it like this, right? You're not even going to try to
she is.
maneuver. You just admitted that you stole my slate. No?
I genuinely don't know what you're talking about. I mean, if you have like receipts of something, it's a different slate. It's a better slate.
You know what's impressive, I will say, because I like the games as much as anyone else here too. How you hacked into the computer is something interesting. You wanna share details on that?
The Schmoeminati.
I think hacked is a very big word. I just, I was browsing.
Okay. All right. Well, this is what I'm going to tell you, Grace, because we have been playing this game for a long time, you and I. And I know as well as you do that, you've got the upper hand as far as what you can do and what you can't.
She has the
but
high
what I
ground
also
for
found
the
out,
moment.
you can't fire me. Otherwise, you would have done that already.
What makes you think I want to fire you? You're doing great.
So what I will tell you is this. I'll play the game, but you got to remember, there's always a winner and a loser.
Okay. All right. Okay. Next up is Shannon. God, I can't stand Shannon. She is so obnoxious. No style. I mean, not very fun. Zero sense of humor. Oh my God. Yeah, Shannon for sure.
I wonder who's on the desk today.
Hello, everybody. Welcome back to the movie trivia Schmoedown. It's season 8. It's war. We have been through the battlefield. We've been through the free-for-all. We have been through championship matches. After championship matches, the Star Wars division is heated, and the Inner Geekdom division continues to roll. Because today, we know that Mike Kalinowski's got an opportunity coming up here at that number 1 contender shot. We know that. Who's going to be after Mike? Who's going to be down the line? Well, we're building up that other pocket. And today, Brandon, the Hitman Hanna, after that miraculous win against Eric Zipper, what a comeback that was. He is going to be facing a very hungry Spider, Robert the Parker Spider, who has not been seen since his devastating loss against Chance Ellison in last year's tournament. This is going to be a fight.
Yeah, what a highly touted rookie Parker was coming into last season and lived up to it. But then the Spider, like you said, Christian, was squished. But he's back this season. And I don't know if Spiders actually get hungry. I don't know if they eat it all. I do know the Hitman, after getting that taste of victory in his mouth over Zipper, is now starving for more. So you got two competitors here. Either one of these, I think I speak for both of us, partner, could see themselves with an Inner Geekdom belt one day. But to get to the top of that mountain, they got to scale this hill first.
You can't count Brandon Hanna out. Now, the key factor here, once again, how many times have we said this, is Roxy Stryer. Because Brandon Hanna has always been that type of competitor that he can win the match. He can get the match done. But he'll tell you differently. Last season, it looked like there was an opportunity for him to play Parker. And rumors had it he didn't want to play. He says that's not the case. He says he did want to play Robert Parker, but there was a lot of back and forth, and it was one of the reasons why he apparently was traded from the Den. He goes over to the Droogs. That didn't work over very well for him. He did okay in the tournament, wind up getting knocked out by Alex Damon. Comes back, plays for Roxy Stryer. She gives him one of those magical Stryer talks, and he's got an energy about him. He's able to do it. The Spider is pissed off. You know he's pissed off. You've heard him on these after shows. You've heard him talking with the Dungeon. He is looking to take people out, and he's looking to be dominant because he was supposed to be this unbeatable force, and Chance Ellison said anybody's beatable in the Schmoedown. And now the question is, will Hanna say the same thing?
It's a great point you make about the managers, too, because Roxy is known for her motivational speeches, as are a lot of the movies that these fellows are going to have to answer questions about. Admiral Akbar gives an okay one. Caesar from Planet of the Apes, pretty good. Whoever the elf is in the Lord of the Flies movies. But, Christian, let's talk about Kaiser. What is he bringing to the table, do you think, for his guy, the Spider?
He's good at ripping off motor homes. That's what he's good at. But
is he good at it, or does he just do it?
I think he probably just does it. But what Kaiser has done is he's drafted very well. And the one thing that you cannot say about Kaiser is that he isn't loyal. He is. He's a loyal manager. He plays for his players. He's got this philosophy, albeit maybe it's not the most moral philosophy, but he's able to get people to join him. He puts his trust in his players, whether it's a Dan Murrell, a Ben Bateman, and Robert Parker. Once Kevin Smets stepped away from the game, they knew that Parker was going to be the guy. Parker was the guy, and they didn't even know that they wound up drafting the Movie Trivia Schmoedown Inner Geekdom champion. They have the champion. They have the Inner Geekdom champion in the amazing Mara Canopic. Plus, they have maybe the heir apparent in Robert Parker, but not if Brandon Hanna has anything to say about it today. It's going to be a good fight.
Should be a good one, and here to get everybody revved up. This is our own version of a Roxy Stryer motivational speech. Here's Nerd Chronic with another spectacular promo. Take a look.
30 to 60 days. That's how long Spiders can go without
Yeah,
food.
you know, I'm ready to play
Just wanted
Robert
to point that
Parker.
out.
There was some weird speculation, Schmoedown backstage, other shows that I was afraid to play him last season, and that's simply not the case. I've been waiting to play Robert Parker for a very long time.
Everyone wants a shot at the big guy coming in.
I think he found me. I've been dodging this guy for years.
What?
Brandon the Hitman Hanna, you have been ducking me for over a year. You've avoided me time and time again. You even switched
I'm kind of a
factions
fan
last
of the
season
beard
to get
thing
away
that he's
from
got
me.
going on there.
Well, now there's no more running. There's no more
Kind of looks
hiding.
like a young
I
Obi-Wan.
gave Kate $100 bribery. Make sure I didn't play this guy, but he found me. I think he found me. Shh.
Brandon, Hanna,
Brandon
do you remember your
Hanna-Barbera.
very first day in the Schmoedown when I told you?
Nobody asked you to join. Get out of here. Scram. You got no vision. You got no class.
Well,
That's all still true.
Hi, Kaiser. Well, you've been sitting on your butt and letting your players run your faction. Are you even really a manager? But I guess that's a conversation for a different time. I've been working with Brandon Hanna, who is such an incredible player, such an underrated player. You don't remember who he is? You don't remember what he brings to the table? You don't acknowledge how amazing and incredible he is. And instead, you guys believe in Robert Parker.
He's not the phenom that we all thought he was.
I took my loss to Chance pretty hard. But you know what I realized after that match? My Schmoedown career is just beginning.
I'm being called overrated, and I'm glad, because that's just going to make it so much sweeter when I take out every one of the poorly dressed bozos in this division, one by one. I didn't come here to take part, I came here to take over.
Robert Parker has been waiting a long time to carve somebody up, and your ticket just got pulled at the deli counter. Hamburger.
This is tough.
Hanna-Burger.
And this is work. And so what have we been doing every minute since? Dedicating it to getting that IG belt, which is going to be Brandon Hanna's.
You know what, Roxy? I can't get this out of my head. I've got to say this to you. Thank you.
And he's ready to put in all the time and the effort. So, Spider, I'm sorry, you're about to get squished.
I'm not sorry for what I'm about to do to you, Brandon Hanna. It's nothing personal, just business. And I'm in the business of winning.
Look at that. Kills bugs on contact. Wow. This might come in handy. You think I'm afraid of this guy? Please. It's gonna be a walk in the park.
where does he find those musical pieces?
Like, as we said,
great.
You're looking at what these guys have been doing. They've been going on the after shows. They've been promoting these. Promoting this match, and they've both been saying the same thing. Hanna wants to prove he was not scared of Parker. Hanna wants to prove that he's going to beat Parker, and that Chance wasn't the only one to show that Parker wasn't. Parker was overhyped. That's what Hanna's been saying. Parker's been saying that was a spoof. That was a goof. That was a fluke. He shouldn't have lost that match. He didn't play his game the way that he wanted to, and he is going to embarrass Hanna from what Parker has been saying. So when you look at what these two guys are doing and these philosophies that they both have, will we see one of those great battles? Will we see someone kick the crap out of someone? Will we? So we don't know what we're going to see with these two guys, but we know we have a lot of knowledge going into this match.
William Goldman wrote Lord of the Flies, Christian. Piggy's in there. There's a conch shell involved.
True. All right, listen. I'm ready for it. Are you?
I'm about out of inner geekdom knowledge, so let's learn some new facts with this match.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the movie trivia Schmoedown. 3 rounds in the Inner Geekdom division. Introducing first, representing the Dungeon, with a record of 2 wins, 1 defeat, and 1 knockout. He is Robert the Spider Parker. Robert the Spider Parker has arrived, Robert, as we have seen in the shows. As I mentioned beforehand, you were calling the Ellison win a fluke. You were calling Hanna scared. Do you stand by those words? And how much do you want to win this to get that rematch against Ellison?
Look, there's nothing more than I want than to just beat Ellison into the ground. This is my Schmoedown Revenge Tour, and it's unfortunate that Hanna has to be in the way of it. Look, this is a guy who last year was wearing suits. He was looking nice. He was looking dapper, and now he's traded those suits for men's outhouse for like cardigans and turtlenecks. This guy's been ducking me for over a year, literally over a year, wriggling his way out of every chance we were supposed to play. Well, guess what? No more. No more running. No more hiding. No more trades so you don't have to play me. This is your chance. Step up or step back.
Well, Robert, I do appreciate that you and I share the same affinity for having our dry cleaning in the kitchen. But the question is this: what else have you been doing this off season? You've been changing up your strategy. Have you tinkered with how you prepare for a match as crucial as the one you're about to enter today?
Absolutely. I went back to square one. After that Ellison loss, it was devastating, and it was a fluke. I'm a better player than Chance, I know that. I'm looking forward to proving that down the line, but at the end of the day, I hit the reset button, I sat back with the Dungeon, and I'm ready to do this year. For me, for the Dungeon, I started training up with the rest of the Dungeon. I mean, we have such a crew over there. It's a family, like Mara said, and we're helping each other get better. It's been a complete change, complete 180 for me this year.
Well, speaking of that, before we bring in your opponent here, you just mentioned the champion Mara Kanopik. So working with Mara Kanopik, what's that been like? But has there also been like, hey, that's mine, I want that belt?
It's friendly rivalry, which I think only makes people better, right? Rising tide lifts all ships. I've been working with Mara for months now. I mean, months now I've been training with Mara. We've been helping each other get better and better and better every second of every day of every month that we've been in the same faction. And I just think that kind of unity is not going to stop. Nobody can stop that.
All right. Thank you to Robert Parker. And his opponent, representing the Stars, with a record of 4 wins, 3 defeats, and 1 knockout. He is Brandon, the Hitman Hanna. Brandon, the Hitman Hanna. It feels like we just saw you not too long ago, because that is indeed the case. You have that match against Zipper. Some people say it was, at the time, before the Dimolanta Damon match, the match of the year, obviously, this battle, this comeback. Does a match like that, does it give you doubt, or does it give you more of the, yeah, you know what, I got a manager on my side that it allows me to pump me up when I'm feeling down, and I know what I know when I'm going in there to take out the Spider?
I love the Stars team so much.
At all. If anything, it proved that I have the grit and perseverance to win in this game, okay? Damon, Dimolanta, it was a great match. They both basically went perfect. Even Damon knew his final answer. It just took him a second too long. But me, I had to crawl back out of the pit. I had to rise. I had to be the one to overcome a 6-point deficit. And Robert Parker, a player like him, he's just going to collapse. He's going to fall. He's going to fail when met with the same challenge, okay? I know how to win, and I wasn't at my most accurate last game. But like I said, I'm not here to answer questions accurately. I'm here to get the win, no matter which way. It doesn't matter how it gets done. It's going to happen.
Brandon, how excited are you for this match to happen and get over with one way or another, simply to get rid of that narrative that you somehow were ducking Parker or didn't want to face him? That all gets put to bed today, right?
Yeah, I'm very happy to finally put that to bed. You know, Kate Mulligan, she's a schemer. She likes to create rumors and lies and trick people into believing what she wants them to believe. I was never afraid of Robert Parker. Roxy Stryer knew that when she drafted me. And of course, I know that. I'm not afraid of you, Robert. You know, it's funny. I remember my first trip to Men's Warehouse too, but eventually you got to put childish things aside. You got to hang up the suit and you just got to show up as you are, ready to play on game day. And that's what I'm here to do.
All right, Mark, our competitors have entered the virtual battlefield and the rules of round number 1. Let's read it.
This is awkward, Christian, because today's rules are brought to you by our sponsor, Men's Warehouse. 10 questions in the categories of inner geekdom know-how. Each question is worth 1 point. There's no penalty for missing a question. There is no stealing or thievery, at least not in round number 1. That'd be too silly. Like I said, each question is worth 1 point. You have 15 seconds to get that correct answer to your writing surface. We're going to ask you by name or nickname to reveal what you wrote. After that 15 seconds is up, please show what you wrote to the camera. At the same time, you verbalize your attempt into the microphone. Each competitor has 3 usages of the JTE rule throughout the duration of the match. You're not sure you heard a question right. You want to buy yourself another 15 seconds in case a soundbite interrupted you for a second. Use a JTE rule. You also each have 1 challenge. You can use it any point throughout the 3-round match. If you think something's fishy, something's out of whack, use a challenge. We'll bring in your manager. We all delineate. They will ultimately confirm and ratify that said challenge is taking place. And Christian, we got one guy seated comfortably in a Condé Nast-looking living room. We have another guy who's standing up, ready to cook a meal. Is that meal going to involve Brandon Hanna?
Well, we're about to find out in just a moment here. So I asked Brandon Hanna, are you ready?
I'm ready.
Robert Parker, are you ready?
Absolutely.
Then let's get ready to Schmoedown! Round number 1, question
Schmoedown.
number 1. We start with Alien and Predator. What film in the franchise features actors such as Ewan Bremer, Lance Henriksen, and Colin Salmon? You like that read, Mark? Big fan.
Yeah, they making more of these movies in either franchise, do you think?
I have no idea, Mark. Not sure. I don't work at the studio anymore.
Have you host a show that does this?
Oh, 5. Haven't been on that show in a while. 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And Brandon Hanna.
Is it Predators?
Alien versus Predator.
It is. Parker.
Alien versus Predator.
1-1. And we get to question number 2.
That's right. We moved from that cinematic classic to the category of Star Wars. And here it is. What is the Toydarian's name who owned Anakin Skywalker in The Phantom Menace?
I love this question
John Kaiser,
so much.
I don't believe he's in the prequels. He's more of a rogue one
Kaiser would
sort of
fit
guy.
well in the prequels, actually.
5, 4, 3,
As himself, as
2,
just
1.
Kaiser.
Pens down, hands up, please. Both hands, please, Hannah. And we get to Parker.
Hi, my name is Eduardo.
Yes, Hannah.
I'm a Toydarian. My
Watto.
drinks don't know
2-2. And here's our next question. This is question 3. Transformers. Who plays the character of Sir Edmund Burton? He's an astronomer and a historian who knows about the history of the Transformers on Earth in Transformers: The Last Night.
Okay, that was a question read you did crush.
Thanks, buddy.
I haven't seen Phantom Menace in a minute. Does Watto wear a diaper?
He should. 5, 4,
Why?
3, 2,
On both counts?
1. Oh, oopsie. And now we start with... Who the hell was it?
It's Hannah now. Just
Brandon Hanna.
Yeah, thank you.
Anthony
Anthony
Hopkins.
Hopkins.
That is right. Parker.
Anthony Hopkins.
Yes. All right, here we go. Here's the next question.
All right, while Christian powers down for 15 seconds, here's the question. In the category of DC movies,
Duck movies.
who plays the role of Papa Midnight in Constantine? A movie that you can find my friend Jacqueline Coy and I talking about on our show, Rotten Tomatoes is Wrong.
Let's plug. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. And Hannah.
Jim and Hansu.
I was gonna.
And Parker.
I
Jamin Hansu.
did say I had half of Jim on.
Spelling was close enough, fellas. Good try.
I did know the
Here's the
answer.
next-
I'm not a speller.
That's all right.
I need
Question
multiple-
5.
I needed a repeat, so I'm gonna.
Marvel.
Give myself a
In
point
what
for this.
film will you hear the line, "That's it. No more Mr. Nice Duck"?
You know, I met both these fellows doing college gigs, Christian. Can you name either university?
Michigan. 5, 4, 3, 2.
Lame
That's
duck.
enough.
No
Hands
more
down,
Mr. Nice
and
Duck.
Parker.
Howard the Duck.
Howard the
Yes,
Duck.
and Hannah.
That would be Howard the Duck.
Look at this. 5-5.
No more
Let's
Mr.
get
Nice
to our next
Duck.
question.
No one
Question
laughs
6, Mark.
at a master
It's the fun of the
black
inner geekdom
food.
category
Such a
because we go
stupid
from
movie, and I
ducks to
love it.
apes. Planet of the Apes is your next category, and the query for a
Limit the
point.
singe.
Who plays the role of Caesar in 1973's Battle for the Planet of the Apes?
You look at both these guys, they're both sizing each other up, and it almost jumps back to that Star Wars match or any Star Wars match. Who's going to miss first? That's the big question.
Who blinks?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up, please. And we start with Brandon Hanna.
The only actor to appear in all 5 movies.
Rowdy McDowell.
Rowdy McDowell.
Yes, Hannah. I mean, Parker.
Roddy McDowell.
Yes, Mr.
What did
Hanna.
he have?
Roddy.
Rowdy. There's he put a W in there.
Mr. New JTE.
Not the same name.
Rowdy McDowell is not the same name. That is incorrect on Hannah's part. That is incorrect. Rowdy McDowell is not correct. It is Roddy McDowell. So Parker.
That was a JTE moment for the ages.
You want a challenge on that one? Roxy, you coming in a challenge?
Yeah, benefit of the doubt rule states that if it's a consonant that is not mistaken with another actor that is named Rowdy McDowell, that we can get it on Rowdy, which sounds
That's
like
the
based on
question,
your
though.
accent
Is
wherever
there
you live.
another
Rowdy.
actor named Rowdy
I mean, I'm from
McDowell?
Boston, so you know we
Like-
speak like that.
Challenge is on the table. We're going to go, and we'll be right back.
It's a very good challenge, and I'm happy Roxy challenged it. He could actually get the point.
All
for
right,
this.
and we are back.
Let's see.
Mark, we have judged. We have talked. What do we got?
That's right. The challenge was from the stars because they felt that the name Roddy, very, very similar, as is the pronunciation. And because this is season 8, we are going to honor the challenge. It is a superficial, more of a cosmetic error than anything else, and we will accept that Rowdy McDowell roundabout close enough, given that it's an actor and we're not asking for a specific character where a syllabic difference could mean a seismic shift. Because we were asking who the actor is, Rowdy McDowell, we're going to award
Rowdy
Brandon
McDowell.
Hanna the point and continue the match.
See, like I said,
All right, and we continue.
It's good that they challenge.
Here we go. So Brandon Hanna and
It's
the
a very
Stars
legitimate
keep
challenge, and I'm happy
their
they did it.
challenge, and we get to our next question here.
Like
Mark,
I said,
next
best
question,
manager in the
and
Schmoedown.
this is
People want
question
to argue
7.
with me. Come at
That's
me with
right,
that.
Christian. Have at it. Good luck.
All right, question number 7. Swashbuckling adventure. What is the name of the dangerous, boisterous, drunken, and Bowdy Island and port that Jack and Will go to in order to build a ship's crew in
Damn
the
it!
Curse
I
of the
used to
Black
know
Pearl?
this. It's a place
Okay,
in the
Christian.
video game.
That was
What
like
is
a
it
paragraph.
called?
I mean,
Those
I love the
four
writers,
adjectives.
but I mean, come on. What are we doing over here?
Which one of those adjectives best describes me at your wedding?
None of them. Drunk. 5, 4, 3,
I think I got
2,
it. I think
1.
I got it.
Pens down, please. Pens down, please. And we'll start with Hannah.
Tortuga?
I think it might be Tartuga.
That is correct. And
Tortuga.
Tortuga.
It's again, that is Spanish for a different word, though.
Yeah, it's
That's-
Spanish. It's
a
Spanish for
word.
turtle.
I don't know if Tartuga is a Spanish word.
Tortuga is Spanish for turtle.
It's in a different language. That's important.
are you challenging that one?
Yeah, it's the name of a place.
What's the ruling?
It's the name of a
Are you-
place. not
challenges
the name of an actor.
It's
so it
correct.
counts.
It's correct. You want to challenge it?
Can I bring Kaiser in to talk quick?
Go ahead.
Listen,
Yeah.
What do you think, Kaiser?
Parker, you made your point. You're right. They're just going to default to the same
Yeah.
thing with the last
Yeah.
ruling. So I'm not going to waste a challenge.
That's fine.
This is your game. Please, let's beat up on this knucklehead and get it over with.
Works for
Okay.
me.
7-7. And here is the
I
next
don't know.
question.
I
Mark question.
challenged it.
Yeah, it's in the category of
Same thing
mixed
that-
bag. Let's roll up our sleeves, reach in there,
But
see
I
what
maybe
comes
would've lost
out.
that
And it
challenge.
is, what 1994 film features supporting performances from James Hong, Penelope Ann Miller, and Peter Boyle?
1994.
You can see 2 perfect rounds here. That bonus question could loom large.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, hands up. And Parker.
The Shadow.
Yes, and Hanna.
The Shadow.
All right, so we see ourselves right now
I had
8-8
considered
as
The
we get to
Shadow,
question number 9.
But
This
I don't know,
is
the mask
Who
came
Said
to
It?
my mind first.
What 2012 science fiction film features the line, "When I saw you, I believed it was a sign that something new can come into this world"?
You see The Shadow in theaters?
No.
I did. I'll tell you a fun story. They had the trailer for Time Cop, and this is back when you didn't know if movies were coming out or not. It was
5,
epic.
4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please, and Brandon Hanna.
Is it John Carter?
It is. Parker.
Okay. Never
John
mind.
Carter.
All right, so we get to
I was
the
writing
10th
Ghost
question.
Rider,
The 10th question,
Spirit of Vengeance. but I
dystopian future
didn't
and
have
time
enough
travel, Mark.
time
That's
to
our
write it,
final
so
one in this
never
round.
mind. Was
That's a
wrong
fun
anyway.
category, possibly, or disastrous. Here's the question for a point. Who plays the character of Morpheus in the Matrix franchise?
All right, so both of our competitors here trying for a perfect round.
And then that fateful bonus question that they will both have the right to answer for a point if they get this.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down, please. Pens down, please. And we start with Parker.
Lawrence Fishburne.
Lawrence Fishburne.
That's it. And Hannah?
Wasn't sure if it has an E at the
Lawrence
end.
Fishburne.
It does have an E at
Perfect
the end
round
of
from both. 10,
10.
10
Okay, never
as
mind.
we get to our bonus question. Our bonus question. So this is for both you guys for 11 points. Who directed 1998's The Mask of Zorro?
All right, we could have 11-11.
I don't know.
5,
Directors is not
Two,
always
three,
my forte,
2,
so
1.
I need to work
Pens
on
down,
that.
please. Brandon Hanna.
Martin Campbell.
Yes. Parker.
I wouldn't have gotten
Martin
that.
Campbell.
11-11. What a round number 1 from both our competitors. All right, so now, Mark, we get to round number 2.
It is round number 2, and it's the wheel round. Unfortunately for me, it's not made of cheese, nor here in my manner. It is actually virtual, so each
7
competitor
is
gets
my
to spin.
score currently.
Once you settle on a category, this is Inner Geekdom. So you're going to hear
Not bad, but
5
also not the
questions
best.
from that particular world, realm, place, movie series, whatever it may be. Each question's worth 2 points. There's no penalty for missing a question, but stealing is available in round number 2. So if you're not sure of the answer, ask us for multiple choice. We're nice fellas. We'll give you 4 options, one of which is the correct answer. At that point, the buyer the question does recede to 1. So, Christian, it is 11-11, and breaking the tie here is going to be Brandon. Hanna has the right to either spin first or defer to his vested, tied, suited opponent.
I would like to go first.
Roxy, 60 seconds to talk to
She's gonna talk
Hannah
about the
starting now.
challenge, isn't she?
You are incredible. I am so, so proud of you and all of the work that you've put in. While Parker is just going to talk about all of the hours that he's studied and, you know, apparently preparing for a spelling bee of some sort. You're just going to keep on doing exactly what you're doing, which is answering every single question that you know the answer to. We have a game plan here. I know how you feel about the wheel round in math. This is a sexy time for us with this math and these numbers coming up. So let's spin this wheel and see what happens. But just know you have made the stars so incredibly proud today already.
Yeah, thank you. We're in a good position to win, and I'm ready to go. So let's get to it.
Here's the wheel. Thank you, Rox. Thank you, Brendan. Here's the spin.
All right. New categories to this season lurking on that wheel.
There are, indeed.
Looking at the spins.
Marvel.
He gets one of the old ones. He's got Marvel.
I think that we know what we want to do here, but completely up to you. How are you feeling on this?
Yeah, I know what you're thinking. I say we stick to the game plan, and we'll spin it one more time.
All right, no matter what it ends on, though, remember, you've got this.
All right.
We
All
know
right.
that.
All right, so here's the spin from Hanna. Whatever he gets here, he's got to take.
All right, that
You've got your
virtual wheel.
JTs, you've got your time. Just think about all those things and stay that confident self right now because you've got this.
Star Wars.
Loving that spin.
Let's
Good luck.
do it.
All right, so Parker is
He's
back.
on the same faction as
Hanna
Alex
is
Damon.
here. Brandon, you got 5
No.
questions in the realm of Star Wars. Are you
We
ready?
discussed
I'm
Star
ready.
Wars.
In Attack of the Clones, Which member of the Jedi Council describes Count Dooku as a political idealist, not a murderer?
Ki-Adi-Mundi.
Ki-Adi-Mundi.
That is correct. For 2 points.
Not Ki-Mundi.
Question 2.
For those of you who remember that.
In Return of the Jedi, what does Princess Leia initially do to earn Wicket's trust?
She gives him some food. She gives him a Nerf stick, to be more specific.
I'll go multiple choice to be safe on that one.
A. Hugs him. B. Saves his life. C. Feeds him. D. Gives him a weapon.
Gives him food.
Which choice are you choosing there?
Gives him food.
Feeds him.
Okay,
Feeds him.
see,
Yeah,
that's
that's what I
correct.
meant. It counts,
Just
it
listen to the choices,
Sorry.
please. All right, so that is correct for 1 point. Here's question number 3. What is the first word in the opening crawl in The Phantom Menace?
The first word?
I'll go multiple choice.
Is it A. Violence, B. War, C. The, D. Turmoil?
I think it's turmoil. Turmoil has split the galaxy.
The.
Or
It's
something.
incorrect. Robert, here's
Like
the
that.
chance for the steal here. What is the first word in the opening crawl in The Phantom Menace? Is it A. Violence, B. War, C. The, D. Turmoil?
D as in damn, he missed it.
Correct for 1 point. All right,
You
so
can't give
Parker gets
Parker
the
the
steal there,
opportunity to
and it is
steal.
indeed turmoil. And here is the final.
here's my 10
fourth
points.
question.
Just
Fourth
saying.
question. Fourth question. Brandon, what is the name of Kylo Ren's fighter in The Last Jedi?
A TIE silencer. I have the Lego version if you like.
Multiple choice.
Is it A. TIE Advanced, B. TIE Reaper, C. TIE Wraith, D. TIE Silencer?
I know my Star
TIE
Wars,
Reaper.
people.
It's incorrect.
is not.
Brandon, for the steal, you have this question. What is the name of Kylo Ren's fighter in The Last Jedi? Is it A. TIE Advanced, B. TIE Reaper,
TIE Advanced
C.
is
TIE
Darth
Wraith,
Vader's,
D. TIE Silencer?
Fighter.
D, TIE silencer.
That is correct for 1 more point
Yep.
for a steal.
He's
All right, so this is the final question
silencing the
for Brandon
hitman.
Hanna so far in Star Wars. Here's your question. In Rogue One, K2SO gets upset that Jyn Erso is allowed to have what? But he is not.
a blaster.
A blaster.
That's correct for 2 points.
I
All
know
right, so-
Star Wars.
Brandon Hanna gets himself 2 more points there, and he is up by 3. And now it is Robert Parker's opportunity. Kaiser, 60 seconds starting now.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
You're supposed to say who's there. You went to kindergarten, didn't you, Ellis?
Oh, is that for it's who's there?
Hannah.
Hannah who?
Hannah who?
Hannah, Bobana, Banana, Fana, Hamburger, me, my, Momurger. Hannah.
Hannah
bit
Barbera.
crushed.
Parker, we got 60
Yes.
seconds, and I don't want to waste
Yeah.
it running these tools through
Of
the
course
mud.
not.
So I've been waiting 1 year for you to get back in the ring and bring vengeance and turmoil to your opponents.
Absolutely.
It just so happens that Hamburger Hair Hannah is going to feel that pain right now.
Mhm.
Let's spin that wheel, baby.
Hamburger.
And Parker's spin is on the board. Here it is.
There it is. Kaiser, knock knock.
Who's there?
Improv classes.
I took one. I did go to one improv.
Planet of the Apes.
I
60
like
seconds.
this
60 seconds starting
category.
now.
I like this category.
Well,
All right, so we there's other stuff I like more, but there's other stuff I like less. I think we should probably keep it. Is where I'm leaning.
I absolutely 100% agree with that. And Mark, I will look into some IO Olympics or whatever the hell it's called.
Perfect. Thank you, guys. Parker's going to have 5 questions in the
Okay, I've
realm.
been studying these
Planet
movies.
of the
Let's see
Apes.
what I can do.
That's right. RIP IO West. Fun little place to have some fun. Planet of the Apes is the category, and Parker currently finds himself trailing by 3 points. For 2 of those points to get back, your first question. Which actress played the character of Zero in multiple films, including Beneath the Planet of the Apes?
Kim Hunter.
And she was darn good in that role as well. 2 points. And Christian, now Robert Parker has an opportunity to take the lead early in his round number 2 with this ape-related question.
There we go.
Who plays General Thade in 2001's Planet of the Apes?
Tim Roth. Also
Tim
known
Roth.
as the Abomination.
David Lee's half-brother is correct, and Robert Parker is on top by 1. He looks to add to his lead now with this next primate-related question. And it is, in War for the Planet of the Apes, what is the name given to apes that have betrayed their kind and are working with humans?
Donkeys.
Donkeys.
Thanks for noticing that correct answer. Christian, we move on to the penultimate question for Parker, who is dominating this round thus far for 2 more points. Who plays Dr. Zaius in 1968's Planet of the Apes?
Shit.
Maurice Evans.
Some people call him Maurice Evans is correct. And the final question for Robert Parker for a perfect round number 2 in the category of Planet of the Apes.
This is my weak spot, I guess.
Spider, which Planet of the Apes film features performances from Charlton Heston, David Warner, and Chris Christopherson?
That would be 2001's Tim
Planet of the
Burton's
Apes.
The Planet of the Apes.
Christian, that is a perfect round for Parker, and he suddenly, in the blink of an eye, has a 7-point lead over in Brandon Hanna. But round 3, right around the corner.
Big round for Robert Parker, who has not missed
15,
a single
by the
question
way.
yet. All right, so we are going to get into the third round here. Mark, what are the rules around number 3?
This is the round that will determine the match, although we are prepared for sudden death overtime, given the history of these 2 competitors. We need a series of numbers from each of you. These numbers correspond to a unique category of movie trivia Schmoedown inner geekdom goodness. Your numbers may range from 1 to 16. You may not pick the same numbers as your opponent because each numeral corresponds to a different corner of said knowledge. Your first questions were 2. Next questions were 3. See where we're going with this? Your final question is worth 5 big points. And Robert Parker has disappeared from the kitchen, but he is returned just in time to give us his 3 lucky integers first. So, Robert, from 1 to 16, which 3 suit you best?
Let's do 9, 12, and 4.
9, 12, and 4 for the Spider, and for the Hitman.
Let's do 5, 8, and 15.
5, 8, and 15. 60 seconds. Talk to him now.
Look, I know Roxy likes puns and rhymes. She's easily amused like a toddler, so I apologize for that bit, Mark. I'll get better next time. Parker, I love the run you're going on here. It's almost like the mock match we ran last night has reinvented itself today. Man, I'm just so fired to hang with you. You're not just a player, you're a friend, and your wins matter to me. And this is one of the most anticipated moments of my season, and I love what you're doing out there, kid. So let's finish the job.
Absolutely. Let's finish this and move on.
Roxy, 60 seconds starting now.
We know with Star Wars Division what just happened. We know that those questions that you got were so hard and you navigated them as best as you absolutely could. And I knew all the answers to every one of his questions, so I think I'm going to throw my ring into IG. Nothing to do with anything other than the newer categories. You know how that goes. So don't get in your head about that, because there was nothing you could have just done then. There was nothing you could have done right just then. Here's what you can do now. You can answer your 2, your 3, and your 5, because chances are you know the answer to each and every one of those, because you are going to be holding this belt at some point. You are a IG champion in the making, and we don't know that he can answer hard questions after what we've seen today. So let's see what he does there. Don't even focus on him. Focus on yourself. We leave no board blank. We know that. You've got this. Yep. Do what you can here to make your way through this. I believe in you. And remember what happened with Zipper. Remember what happened. You never know. Don't ever count yourself out.
All right, that's time. Thank you, Roxy.
She's
all right, and we
such
are
a
back.
good
And
manager.
Brandon Hanna,
Just listen to
you are
those
going to
speeches.
start
Better than
7
Caesar's
points down here
speech.
as you have to try to avoid
In any of the Planet of the
TKO.
Apes movies.
Here is your first question. You chose category 5 for your first question. It's in the realm of Batman films. Batman. Okay. Here is your 2-point question. Who voices the character of Harley Quinn in the Lego Batman movie?
Jenny Slate.
It's 2 points. All right.
There's so many
Here
characters
is
in that movie.
where we are right now. Hanna is down by 5. He's got an opportunity here to pick up these 3 points. And here we go. Here is your 3-point question. Hanna, you chose category number 8. Heroes. Heroes. That is the question here. Heroes. All right. Halle Berry's character is named after which drink in Kingsman, the Golden Circle? Five, 4.
Ginger
I'll
ale.
do a repeat, please.
First one. Halle Berry's character is named after which drink in Kingsman, the Golden Circle?
Ginger ale.
Brandy.
Looking for ginger ale.
Yes,
Ginger
I got
ale.
it.
All right, so Brandon, Hanna, here is where we are. In order to tie the game, you got to hit this 5-pointer. However, if you miss it, Parker will win via TKO, and the Stars will get -1. Here is the question. You chose category 15. That's in the realm of Alien and Predator. Alien and Predator. For your 5-point
I'm probably never
question.
going to get this one.
Here it is. What actor played the titular Predator in 1987's Predator? Five.
I'll do a repeat.
All right, second one. What actor played the titular Predator in 1987's Predator? 2 down for Brandon.
It was originally supposed to be Jean-Claude Van Damme, but then they changed it. I think it was Shane Black, who also directed the most recent Predator film.
5.
I'm gonna go with Shane
4.
Black as my
Repeat.
answer.
Last one. Here it is.
And I believe Shane Black was also a character in the movie.
What actor played the titular
original.
Predator in 1987's Predator?
I mean, it's the obvious answer is Robert Patrick, but I mean, probably not. So I'm gonna go with Shane Black.
5.
I know who he is, but I
4.
can't pull his name. Kane
3.
Hodder.
And your winner, by way of technical knockout, Robert the Spider Parker. The answer was Kevin Peter Hall or Jean-Claude Van Damme. So
I
there
mean, I did
is
say
the
Jean-Claude Van
answers
Damme
there
at one
for
point.
Predator, and Robert Parker takes the victory.
Should
Robert
I give
Parker
myself
takes
a
the
point
victory.
for knowing
Kaiser,
Jean-Claude Van Damme, though?
very happy, obviously.
I
We're
don't know,
going
maybe
to
half a point.
remove you guys, and you guys will be talking
But,
to
you know.
Steph Sabra in the winner's circle. Congratulations. Another 3 points goes to the dungeon, and a -1 goes to the Stars. All right, thank you, gentlemen. Look, it was a really strong first round. Really strong first round. Tie game. And Parker just got it done in the second. That's the thing with a guy like that. It's like it's risky, because if you go first and the second you go down to multiple choice, that's where he's gonna start to pick away. And if you miss any, it's just gonna be tough to go against a guy like that. He's ready, he's hungry, and every little thing that he wants to get the advantage on you, he's gonna do. And I even think those challenges, the challenge was a mental warfare thing more than anything else. I don't think he even thought he was gonna win that challenge.
It was impressive of him to bounce back in round number 1 and still maintain that perfect round that he had. But you're right. I mean, you spin away from Marvel, so probably do some second guessing there, which is what unfortunately losing entails. Is, well, what if I had that and not that? Just missed a couple very tough Star Wars questions, and Parker able to pick those up. That's a clutch steal. And Christian, those clutch steals that we talk about with Robert Parker, one of the keys to winning a championship in any division, especially inner geekdom. If you can draw first blood from your opponent, and bring it over to your side to strengthen your own fortified score. I think that might have been the difference in today's match and maybe going forward. Robert Parker's next opponent, better look out.
That next opponent is Chance Ellison. He's getting himself a rematch, and that's something that he's wanted, and that's something that I think that even Chance wants also. You know, Chance coming off that loss to Chandru at the Spectacular. So here's a rematch we're going to see in the Inner Geekdom division with both Parker and Ellison, and I know that Steph's going to be asking about that one. We're going to get to Steph Sabra right now as she talks to Kaiser and Parker. Steph?
Congratulations, guys. Parker, I see you looking in the fridge. What are you looking for back there?
Guys, hold on.
Ready?
Let him get his drink. Let him get his drink. First of all, Steph, can I give a shout out to my big homie, cousin Luke, who's watching? Youngstown, Ohio's finest. We love you, big homie. Thanks for watching the match. Parker, why don't you take it from here?
Look, I did what I said I was going to do. Hannah's been ducking me for a year because he was afraid that this exact situation would happen, and it did. All right. And now I get to go on and I get to destroy Chance and whoever's after that, on and on and on again, until Mara and I get to play a nice friendly match for that belt. Until then, I'm on a warpath, I'm on a revenge tour, and anybody who comes up to play me should expect that exact same result.
Yeah, you said you were on your revenge tour and you showed nothing less than grit today. But let's talk about that round one. You were going head to head. Were you getting a little nervous there moving into round two?
No, not at all. Look, say what you will about Brandon Hanna and the way he dresses and the way he looks, you know, that curly-headed mop on it. But his trivia knowledge is not something you can bash. He's a smart guy. He's a clever guy. He knows what he's talking about. I expected nothing less, especially after the way he played against Zipper. I knew that he would not come back with that same attitude and that same knowledge base into this match. So I was expecting it.
Once you hit that steal in round two, how were you feeling?
I knew that as soon as he spun off of Marvel, he might be in a spot of trouble. When Star Wars came up, look, that's a tough category. There's a whole division for it. He had to check a couple times. As soon as he started checking, as soon as I started getting steals, that's where I think the momentum started to shift, and that's where I started feeling better about it.
Kaiser, you were giving mad love to Parker, and rightfully so. How's the relationship building been between the two of you this season?
Man, listen, like I said before, he's more than a player. He's a brother. And, I'm proud and happy to say that he came into this league with me. He's still with me. We train every night. We never let up. He's been training like a champion with Mark Kanopik. Look, that's 3 more points for us. We just served the Stars a negative point. That's a big, big freaking deal. I mean, Brandon Hanna, he's good at trivia, but like Dan Merle likes to say, he's kind of like that guy in the park who tries to give you a flyer and you're like, beat it. You know what I mean? But the kid was lights out early on. I mean, at the end it fell apart, but I'm sure we haven't heard the last of him, and nobody likes a mad Roxy, and I'm sure she's coming for revenge. But hey, everybody in the Schmoedown, including Roxy's got to go through the dungeon this year. We're not letting up, and I'm proud of this kid. And since the theme of the day is bad rhymes and improv, Chance, he just peed his pants, just a little bit, Steph.
Just enough, right?
Is that a prophecy, Parker? How are you gonna prep for that match you got against Chance?
Same way I prepped for this one. Look, he gets Star Wars. I got the 3 best Star Wars players in the league, in the dungeon, ready to help me study for that category. I got Mara, the current champion, to help me study. Last year, I was studying with Smets a little bit. I was studying as much as I could on my own. But the fact that it is a family dynamic this year, it's not just me. It is everybody in the dungeon. That's who I'm doing it for this year, right? I'm doing it for myself, and I'm doing it for Kaiser, and I'm doing it for the dungeon. And that's exactly how we're going to carry it out through the rest of this entire season.
Well, Parker, I look forward to watching the rest of your revenge tour. It was really an exciting match day. Congrats, Kaiser. Back to you, Mark.
Hey, real quick, Steph, one last thing. Before we go, just know that I'm unleashing Danger Zone very soon. Bateman Merle, get ready. It's about to get dangerous when these two go against the morons that are going to. Please don't put up John Roca and his garbage pail buddy JTE. God forbid those two knuckleheads got to go against Danger Zone. Okay, I mean, honestly, I hope they come to the ring with bags over their heads because nobody wanted to look at those two morons. We got a Star Wars tournament. We're going to keep piling up the points, Steph.
I gotta love when you stir the pot, Kaiser. I can't wait to see more of that. Christian, Mark, back to you.
I mean, look, Parker has every right to be happy. Same with Kaiser. The dungeon's on a roll. I mean, they this is the thing, they you look at the Finstock Exchange, who everyone made fun of and said, "Oh my God, they're having this run," and people are like, "Oh my God, this is unexpected." The dungeon is supposed to be doing what they're doing. It's when the teams that are built for success do not have success. That's when the problems come. That's not the case with the dungeon right now, because all of their big players are delivering. They're all delivering right now, and that's exactly why Kaiser brought it up at the end. Danger Zone. You got Merle and Bateman. They're ready to see, was it worth it to put these two powerhouses together? The tournament is starting tomorrow, so we're very excited about the fact that it's starting on Thursday. So we're very excited about all of that happening. The Star Wars tournament is starting, and the dungeon's in a good spot. Roxy now needs to get the players in order. She knows that, and I'm sure she's going to be talking to Steph with that. She's got a couple of tough losses so far this season, and now that the team's title match has been pushed, it's going to be in the middle of May. That's the big one. So Roxy, I'm sure right now, is kind of going to be licking her wounds and getting ready for these tournaments as well.
Yeah, it doesn't matter what a manager just went through, Christian, when you have on the cusp of battle with various divisions and all of your faction needing all of those resources to play at their absolute apex when called upon. You can't be sad for too long. You can't be down in the dumps. And we know Brandon Hanna to bounce back quick from a tough loss like this. He'll be back, no doubt. And I think that the Stars having his back is going to be crucial in that recovery. And we're about to hear from the Stars manager, Roxy, and Brandon Hanna right now. Steph, it's all you.
Roxy, Brandon, tough loss, but one thing is clear, Brandon, you are an incredible competitor and you have so much to offer this league. How are you feeling right now?
I feel awful. That really sucked. I'm not going to lie. That sucked. I screwed myself out of 2 points. I knew that the answer was her feeding him, but I wasn't 100% sure.
You went
Fell to the
perfect in
safety of
round
multiple
one and
choice.
got the bonus question.
Should
How
have
many
gotten
people can say
turmoil.
they
And
did
what the
that?
hell was
Come
that
on.
TIE fighter question? That was tough. So it was a hard hand to be dealt. The wheel, giveth the wheel, take it away, as Mark Ellis likes to say. I knew every single one of his apes questions. It's just luck of the draw. For my 3-pointer, the name Ginger popped into my head, but I couldn't translate that to ginger ale for some reason. And I knew the other characters were named after alcoholic drinks, so that's what I went with. And then my 5-pointer, that was a name. I didn't even think about Jean-Claude Van Damme. I didn't even consider him. I considered the guy who's mainly in the suit for the movie, and his name came across in my studies sessions. It didn't stick, which is unfortunate. So it's a really crappy win. Loss. Good win for him.
Roxy, I know you're the type of manager that's feeling the loss because you truly love your players, but I want to talk about round one because you came in with that consonant rule, and that really proves the type of manager that you can be. How was round one for you?
Yeah, honestly, I think that I don't think that it was a tactic at all to shake us on Parker's part. I think he was really shook. I think Brandon Hanna has Robert Parker really shook. And I know that the way that this went down, he was able to gain some confidence throughout, but the notion that Hanna for some reason has been dodging Parker is just so egregious. I think we saw today, they both went perfect round one. They're two of the most elite players in this division. And this simply came down to round two today. And he was dealt a better wheel than we were dealt today. That happens all of the time. So I'm just sitting here really proud and happy that we're not the kind of people who try to rhyme the word chance with pants. Because that really is the true victory of the day here. And yes, Hanna, I know you're going to be kicking yourself because that's the kind of player you are. But we're early. We are early in the season. This is one match. And it's a match that we're going to feel and we're going to take in and we're going to grow from and we're going to continue on our way to get the belt. Because that's what's happening here. So this is not something that's stopping you. This is something that we're going to realize what happened here. We know that you could have won this match today, and next time you will. And those are just facts. So I'm really proud of you. I know how hard that you worked for this, and I know that you're going to work even harder the next time, and that's going to make all the difference. So I don't want you to be kicking yourself. I want us to, we live, we learn, and we're going to grow and move forward.
I think there's a lot of silver linings, and Brandon has showed that he can be a comeback kid for sure. But you've been talking a lot about team singles. Is that the shift you're looking for?
I wouldn't necessarily call it a shift. I've played in teams before. I would love to play in singles. I did challenge Eric Zipper, waiting any day on that one. I'd love to beat him again. But no, my confidence isn't swayed at all. This really sucked, but I'll get past it. I have a great team behind me. Roxy, that was an incredible challenge today. You articulated the benefit of the doubt rule perfectly, and it went in our favor. And I think that actually shook Parker a little bit. Not enough to make him miss any questions, but it was enough to get under his skin, I think. And if that's, what happens to get an edge, sometimes you got to get an edge any way you can. And, like I said, I have a great team behind me. The Stars were asking me questions all day long today in prep for this match. For weeks, they've been asking me questions. I've had Sabrina pushing me so hard to study and watch movies on days where I don't want to watch movies, and literally going on walks with me and quizzing me about every single category under the sun, and even Star Wars. But sometimes you just get questions that you're not prepared for, and it sucks. But with her in my corner, with the Stars in my corner, I know I have a very bright future in this league this coming season, because like you said, Roxy, it's still very early on.
You definitely do. Roxy, now teams tournament and the Star Wars tournament are coming up. You have Blackjack and teams and Briquette and Star Wars. How important are these tournaments to you right now?
I mean, just speaking in Brandon's language for a second with the numbers, by the way, sexy numbers that you pulled today, I forgot to remind you that those were sexy numbers. His numbers were tool bag numbers. Just so everybody knows. I think that they matter more than anything, because we're in a game of numbers right now. We have taken a couple negatives this season, and we got to work our way through this. And we have a tough go at it. We have, in teams, we're playing for the first time together as a team, and it's been a really long time as a manager since I've had a first-time team go into the tournament, because I've had the odd couple for several years. And so we are right now not just quizzing and not just studying all trivia things. We're building that chemistry, season. And I'm so happy to see where that's gone so far, and is going to continue to go, because I think that they're going to be an awesome, stellar team. And then in terms of Star Wars, you guys will see. You guys will see what's happening there. Yeah. I don't want to speak too much about
Alex
that.
is going to get his belt back, because
you're all effed.
What Alex is going to do.
I love a little mystery, and I will say this: everyone loves a good comeback, so I can't wait to see it for the Stars and you, Brandon. Mark, Christian, back to you.
And that is another thing, I think. If you look at what Brandon Hanna did last season, he was very selfish. He was very selfish, and he was going on these tears, and he was going after people that he was friends with for years and things. Whether he won or lost, there's something that Roxy has done where he said, okay, look, I took this one on the chin, but now I'm going to brush myself off, and I'm just going to play again. It's almost like that Hanna of old is kind of creeping back in there, and he wasn't that kind of pompous thing. Maybe he lost his way. Maybe that's why it's going to be something new next season. Next season, just for his next run.
So you think he's missing the attitude? You think that actually fueled him a little bit, the trash talk, or do you think that he's recovered from it?
I think the attitude was I think that he was too concentrated on himself for a while, and so I actually think that he needed something like this to maybe knock him down a little bit, and he picks himself back up, because I think Roxy has been good for him. I think Roxy and the Stars have been good, and I think that I think Roxy's right. I think he does have a run in him, but I just think he's got to. He says no, Roxy says no, but there might have been an intimidation thing with Parker, but in that first round, it certainly didn't seem that way. He got caught with some questions in the second round he didn't know. So who knows? Parker, though, looks legit. He looks ready. He looks ready to back up what he has said that he was going to do, and that is cause devastation. So, and he did that today. He won by TKO, and now he's got Chance Ellison. So Chance Ellison versus Parker 2 in the Inner Geekdom division. It's going to happen. And another thing, you want to show support to all of the competitors, to all of the managers. We are going to, and we have been, when you go to the Skybound store, the link is in the description of this video, and you purchase any of the faction merch from this season, a percentage of the profits will go to the pool at the end of the season that the winning faction will take. So please go and do that. Please go and get yourself either, whether it's the Stars or the Dungeon or whoever you support, go and get that today. Mark, good match, good start. Parker just looked ready to play.
He looked locked in and focused, and it was so interesting to hear how complimentary he was of the Dungeon and help that he got training for this match, but not just this match. I mean, he seems to have Murderous Row just helping him and supporting him to get to that next level. And so Chance Ellison, he's on top for a reason, but if you hear a knock, knock, you answer that door, it might be the dungeon, and you may not be able to close it again.
Well, they both of them, I know for a fact Parker really wants to play Chandru, and Chance wants to play Chandru again, and now the stakes in every single match are just so much, not even just for the faction points and bragging rights, but for the opportunity of legacy, right? And you look at Parker was this... When Kevin Smets came into the league, it was like, who's this guy? And then he started to build this reputation for him. Parker came in as like, this guy's going to be the next big thing. And he had that stumble, but he performs like he does today. And then you have to start saying, okay, oh yeah, I forgot why Parker had so much hype. Well, they're not going to forget anymore because the guy's for real. So anyway, that's the victory here today. Robert Parker defeats Brandon the Hitman Hanna via TKO, picking up 3 points for the dungeon and -1 there for the stars.
That's right, Christian. You want to do the Predator handshake at the beginning, virtually?
We gotta do this.
Dylan,
you gotta do the other side.
What? See how you pushing too many pencils?
Yeah, you gotta do it from your right arm.
I'm literally right here. Okay, I was right there. There you go.
Dylan.
Bye, everyone. Too slow.
Fake me out.
These guys are so great together. Anyways. Well, I put my money on Parker to win, and it looks like my money was well spent because he went perfect. He played a perfect game, which is exactly what you would expect from someone like the Spider, Robert Parker. As for me, I didn't have a perfect game. I had a few stumbles in a category that I'm sort of becoming a huge fan of, the Planet of the Apes. Again, actors, not my forte. Directors, same thing. Not my best. I'm better at remembering actual stuff from the movies. But yeah, you saw I other than the 2 actors questions, I was perfect. Well, I knew the Tim Roth question, and I knew the which movie had these actors perform in it. But I don't know. I think I'm getting too caught up. But on the opposite side, on the Star Wars stuff, I went perfect. On the Star Wars questions from Brandon Hanna, I only need multiple choice for one answer, for one question, which was a crawl answer. But yeah, this is my final score, by the way. It's either 17 or 16, depending on how you want to count the Van Damme thing. Because here's the thing. I think if the question was worded differently, if the question said, name one of the 2 actors who portrayed the Predator, I think if I would have said Van Damme, I would have gotten the point. And I did know Van Damme, so I gave myself either 16 or 17. Also, I'm kind of, take this thing with a little bit of grain of salt because I knew the Jaiman Hansu, but I didn't write it in time. However, if I had the option to go to a repeat, if I was playing in the match, obviously, I would have gone for a repeat and gotten the Jaiman Hansu. And yeah, so yeah. Either 17 or 16. I'm so proud of myself for getting the ginger ale question. Sorry, the ginger ale answer, which is just crazy to me. I knew, like Brendan said, they were all named after alcoholic beverages, and I'm pretty sure Pedro Pascal's character was tequila, and Jeff Bridges was champagne. I can't remember the name of Channing Tatum's character, but I definitely remembered that Halle Berry's character was ginger ale, and I'm so happy I was able to pull that out of who knows where. But yeah, I only saw that movie once and it kind of scarred me for life, so I decided not to watch it again. But looks like I will have to watch it again for study purposes, if nothing else. Anyways, I think this is the best, maybe the best I've ever played an Inner Geekdom match, especially this season with all the new categories. But yeah, I still have a long way to go, but I'm feeling very confident. I had a stretch earlier this season where I wasn't playing as well as I knew I could. Looks like I'm back on that horse, both with the John Hoey and Eric Whiteley Star Wars match, and now here with the Spider versus Brendan Hanna. So yeah, I like myself when I play like this. Too bad I can't really play this way in my matches that I actually compete in, but that's a story for another day. Check out my Fan League match over on Multiplex Entertainment. I did a fatal 5-way in Fandom Fights, and did I win or did I blow everything on a stupid Lion King question? Tease for that match, and yeah, go check that out, and I'll see you guys later with some more matches for me to watch. Till then, everybody, Schmoedown! Hello again, everybody! I really hope you enjoyed this video, cause I really enjoyed making it. So, if you like what you've seen here, please remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe for more awesome content like this. So, until next time, guys, I'll see you guys next time.